Hello cats and kittens, Mama Cat Gamer here again with another adventure in Final Fantasy XIV with Gavatia. And we're up to siege or not to siege. But I just turned level 70 on my Bard, and I really want to pick up Reaper. And do that. So we're going to go over to Ul'dah. I hope you're all doing well today. It is cold by our house. Can't remember exactly where you pick it up. The Way of the Samurai. So you want to be a pugilist. That's not it. Ah, it's Killer Instinct. Okay. So we're by the Adventurers Guild. The Killer Instinct. The flustered attendant is in urgent need of someone with a knack for chasing off ruffians. And this will unlock the Reaper job. It's my hands-down favorite job right now. You there, you're the fighting sort, yes? And by the looks of it, one of no mean skill. My employer is in desperate need of a man of your talents, you see. He's been beset by threats from an unsavory group of thugs known as the Lemures. Their leader demands my master part with some of his considerable wealth, or, well, I'll just tell you they call her the Reaper, and leave the rest to your imagination. We don't intend to acquiesce to those churlish demands without a fight, and a stout arm by our side would go far to ensure our survival. Your arm, perhaps? In case the opportunity to perform a good deed isn't enticement enough, please be reminded that my master possesses considerable wealth. If you would aid us, come with haste to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, where we make our stand against these brutes. Okay. Hey, sweetie. Siri thinks sweetie is the same.
You're welcome.
Flustered attendant says, "Ah, you've come. I knew you were every the brave warrior I thought you to be." Ah, you! I know why you're here, and if you mean to lay a finger on my coin purse, you'll have to pry it from my cold, lifeless... Master Gigilio. He's a friend. This adventurer has agreed to help. We'll show the Reaper what her empty intimidations are worth. Gigilio says, "Ah, I see. My apologies, sir. Tensions have been high as of late, and I'm sure you can understand. For reasons that elude me, these Lemures have made my life a waking nightmare. Sight unseen, they have demanded I begin paying them for the luxury of my own life. Rumors abound of their origins. Some say they are the detritus of some barbaric nation. They flout our laws and threaten our betters with impunity. They're led by a dead-eyed killer who draws her scythe at the smallest slight. Refuse their payments of coin, and she takes her share of your lifeblood instead. Rubbish, I say. The Reaper is naught but a toothless bandit. Interesting theory you have, if they're care to test it. You're the Reaper. Oh, you're a perceptive one, ain't you? Suppose that's how you came to be in possession of so many shiny things. And what do we have here? Hiring more help while our ledgers remain unbalanced? You wouldn't be trying to wriggle your way out of paying us for a job well done, would you? Your options are, what was all that about sight unseen? Or, you've hired these Lemirs before? I'm going to say, what was all that about sight unseen? My, how do you keep the lies straight? You didn't tell your hired muscle here what great friends we were. So great, in fact, that you trusted none other than me and mine to put the scare into your competition. A job we were happy to do. You can't find your fortune in this fair city without stepping over a few bodies on the way, after all. But as flexible as our morals are, I'm afraid without the coin to bend them, we only have one recourse. Unless... One does wonder how you found yourself with a bodyguard of such uncommon metal. Aye, not an ounce of fear in that gaze, and not a mote of puffed-up arrogance either. This lad, my dear Gigilio, is the genuine article. He has what we in the mercenary trade call the killer instinct. Kev's going, wait a minute, I'm not a killer. How's this? For the sake of our long-standing friendship, I'll make it simple. Allow me to take this adventurer off your hands, and the debt is forgiven. Gigilio says, what? That's all? The Reaper says, I believe this is what them in your trade call a bargain. As for you, adventurer, it seems you've been made a free agent. But if you're still inclined to put those instincts of yours to use, come and visit our headquarters in Pearl Lane. The door's open. Boss told me you'd be along, coming in. Yeah. No, I want to stand outside and converse for a while. Boss, the guest of honor's arrived. Ah, the champion of Let me try this again. The Reaper says, ah, the champion of Eorzea deigns to appear before me. I've heard all about you. It's hard not to in this line of work. The stories paint you as a ferocity incarnate, force of nature. Few have survived. Peace, friend. I've no desire to put the killer to the proof personally. I don't have a death wish. You can call me Drusilla. I'm a Reaper, one of many, and the leader of this little family here. As to why I invited you into our home, there's a job I'd like you to take care of for me. He could say, depends on the job, or I won't work with criminals and thieves. I'm going to do the second one. Now, there's no need for name calling. Untwist your small clothes and listen to the particulars first. I won't ask you to do anything unsavory. This job will be a boon to your fellow man, in fact. All you have to do is kill one for me. Though perhaps kill ain't the right word, seeing as he's already dead. What? You'd not be chasing after ghosts either, if that's your worry. Just avoid scent. Using some poor sap's body as a vessel to unleash its singular brand of wickedness upon the world. Won't be an easy task. The evil drive in this monster is black as the void and near as deep. Countless souls have succumbed to its hunger. Worthy prey for one inclined to heroics, don't you think? You can't face it as you are, though, storied as your strength may be. I'll need to train you in techniques. Techniques that'll let you pierce the void and slaughter its kin. You could say, keep talking, or what could you have to teach me? Let's do that one. Don't see many Garleans in Ul'dah, do you? Let alone one as savage as this. Save your startled gasps. I'm not out of surprises yet. Hold your hand out to the crystal here. If you're made of the stuff I think you are, then you're in for a treat. That's it. I knew you had what it takes. Drusillus continues, this would be an avatar. A manifestation of your essence and the Stygian power of the void scent on the other side. A void scent to which, if you so choose, you will bind to yourself. You'll gain skills unlike anything you've ever known. Skills that have allowed people like me to operate in the shadows and kill those that need killing since time immemorial. And your first assignment, should you walk this path, is to use the power of one void scent against another for the betterment of the realm. Your reward will be the wisdom of countless generations of Garlean assassins. But if siding with my kind makes your stomach churn... Oh, I missed all of that. Let's go back to that, because it went through it kind of fast. Your reward will... Drusilla said, and your first assignment, should you walk this path, is to use the power of one void scent against another for the betterment of the realm. Your reward will be the wisdom of countless generations of Garlean assassins. But if siding with my kind makes your stomach churn, then take your indignation and piss off. If the thought of having one foot in the void makes your stones shrivel into your belly, then take your cowardice and piss off. And if you've any concern for the sanctity of your soul, then take your virtue and piss off. However, if you're none of the aforementioned objections, and you don't mind walking the knife's edge twixt life and death, then you'll have the tools to see your justice done, and done right, every time. This is the choice you must make, and soon. Every moment our quarry stalks the land is another opportunity for it to do harm. I take it you've come to a decision, am I right? There'll be no turning away once you've chosen, mind you. You'll dance with death and return as its envoy, Or you won't return at all. So what'll it be? So, your choice is I will not suffer this void sent to threaten the innocent. I will dance. Or, I'm not much of a dancer, but I want the power to see my justice done. Or, I prefer to keep well clear of death if it's all the same to you. I like the first option. Very good. Then let's not waste time. Take up this crystal and attest to both worlds that you walk as a reaper. Bind yourself to the void and claim the strength that the weak of heart shun. Through the avatar at your side, does the void scent bring its power to bear, feeding upon the souls of the fiends you cut down in return. Not a bad arrangement, eh? But I'm sure you tire of words. Here, the traditional weapon of our order. Let's see how it looks strapped to your back. Need to eat some eggs. Forgot to do that. Well, that might be pretty decent armor. Okay. I had bought some gear earlier for level 70 stuff for Reaper and Dragoon, but this actually is better, although I prefer it to have a different look than this, although I must admit it's very deadly looking. There you go. That'll work for me. Drusilla has a mission in mind for a fledgling Reaper. How do you find the weight of the scythe in your hands? Pleasing, I hope. Now that we have a bit more in common, it's time we became better acquainted. What's the name of our newest Reaper? Gav. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but so it is with Eorzean names. With every new one I learn, one more is forgotten. Yours can replace Gigi Leo. After our little conversation, I think he'll give us a wide berth. Any road. We've more worthwhile concerns than shifty merchants. Namely, getting you conversed well and proper in the tricks of the trade. And the best way to do that is through battle. One of the families having trouble with a particularly vexing fiend and has sent word asking for assistance. He goes by the name of Arnegus, and he's stationed out near Cutter's Cry. Not much of a fighter, but he's got a keen mind for trade and can find a needle in the stack of needles if it need be. We'd best hurry before he ends up at the bottom of some monster's gullet. All right, Drusilla says, Gav, say hello to Arnegus. It's not his real name, of course. He's as Garlean as we come, but I'd say he makes a passable Highlander in the correct light. Boss, who's this? You sure we should be getting an outsider involved? Thank you for your discretion, Arnegus, but it ain't needin'. He has a personal contract with me, so consider him a mercenary in service to the family. Whatever you'd say in front of me, you could say in front of him. By your will, boss. The Chimera has been making these sands a living hell for anyone who dares to wander into its territory, which would be us since our trade routes cut right through it. The men I've hired to carry my goods are scared to death, and I can't blame them. None of us are fit for monster hunting, so I sent for you. We'll see what we can do, Arnegas. Might want to find a rock to hide behind, though. Chimeras ain't known for being the most discriminating of beasts. Time to put your new skills to good use, Gav. You've learned all Reaper actions and traits to level 70. Detailed descriptions can be viewed in the Actions and Traits window, accessed under Character in the main menu. Alright, we have a instance solo duty here. Basically training you how to use your skills, right? Okay. Since I copied this tune over from another character, all my skill bars are set up, but take time to set up your skill bars before you jump into this. Maybe take a look at one of the sites like Balance or Icy Veins to get a little bit of a handle on a rotation ahead of time. Let's get on with the hunt, eh? We'll need to draw out the Chimera with Myrmidon meat. Now to accustom yourself to the Reaper's tools. Harvest the souls of the fallen to call forth your avatar. Reapers can summon their avatar by filling their soul gauge. This will fill when performing combos starting with Slice or when using skills such as Soul Slice. Best Reapers fight in tandem with their avatars. Let's see how you do. Alright. You also want to build your Shroud gauge by using Shadows of Death on everything, okay? Use Gibbet, Gallows, and Guillotine. Okay. Guillotine's the AoE one. Bloody impressive work, that. I knew there was something about you, but truth be told, I didn't expect you to make such clean work of that chimera. I reckon even I might be hard-pressed to match that display. You know talent when you see it, boss, and with that the ceruleum will flow once more. Among his many roles, our Negus is a merchant of sorts. He sells ceruleum at a price that'd make those guild pinchers at Amagina & Sons bulk, but still turns a pretty profit. We can barely keep up with demand, despite the occasional beast or two butting into our affairs. Our Negus says, all thanks to you, boss, with our countrymen up north, of course. Here's to getting back to business as usual. Ceruleum ain't easy to come by, as you well know. Amagina's Sons protects their monopoly with a gilded fist, but they've yet to force the Imperial stragglers up north out of the market. Now, before you go running off to the flames, let me assure you that this arrangement is entirely above board. Selling goods to Imperials is forbidden by law. There's nary a word writ about buying from them. I know you Heustiens like to call Garleans by all sorts of colorful names. Bastards, tyrants, invaders, and we've got all those and worse. But while many a foul deed has been committed for the glory of the Empire, we ain't megalomaniacs to a man, even amongst the purebloods. Those that serve don't always do so by choice. Could be argued we're all casualties of the great Machina's ambition. No small number of the Empire's troops would return home in a heartbeat if they could, but the world being what it is, most settle for sending their family what few coins they can afford to part with. Most Eorzeans wouldn't suffer a whit of color to complicate their black and white view, but if you're going to fight with us, you should learn the truth of our past. Long ago, long before the Empire, our forebears lived in Locus Seminis, down in southern Ilsebard. With temperate climes and fertile earth, the land provided. Many of us were but simple farmers, harvesting abundant crops with the self-same scythes the reapers would eventually wield. But gifts are ever the object of envy. When not tilling the fields, our ancestors were forced to defend them. Every year they yielded a few more ilms, and some 800 years ago, now, they were driven from Locus Seminis completely. They fled north to the frozen region that would become Garlemald. Even there, they fought tooth and nail for the scant resources of that frigid land. From the fires of hardship were the first Magitech devices forged, and with innovation upon innovation, that humble group of farmers grew into an insatiable empire. But before that miraculous twist of fate, we were a dying breed, bereft not only of magic, but of hope itself. With no natural advantages to speak of, our mere survival was in question. From harsh necessity were the reapers born. We turned our tools to weapons and struck a bargain with the whispers in the dark. With the void's power, we could strike at the enemy's beating heart, slay their generals, and throw the rank and file into disarray. Our way is to end battles before the sparks catch, to sacrifice the ones for the many, to keep avaricious hands away from family, friends, and lovers. And now this power belongs to you. Kev's like, what? This is a bit much for us to take in. Remember our story. Remember what drives a man to turn to the void, and you'll not be led into deeper temptations. Our work here is done. I'll see you back at headquarters. Go back to Ulda. Well, Finanka, have you headed in? Mm-hmm. Yes, we are. For your first outing, you did good. I think you've earned the right to know just who this lot you've thrown yourself in with is. You might have gathered this yourself, but the Lemirs were formed to support those Garleans who are living in exile. Tain't easy to be far from home, let alone in a place where most would sooner gut you than offer a helping hand. Oft the only place to make a living is in the shadowy corners that lie outside the watchful gaze of the law. Now, I don't expect you to embrace us like brothers and sisters straight away, but know this, I do expect you to apply yourself to this job. I don't know, does Gav ever do anything different? No, not really. In the meantime, I'll be working with the family to ascertain the whereabouts of our prey. I expect that scythe to be like an extension of your own body when next we speak. Alright, we gotta be level 73 for that. Okay. I'm gonna go back to Kurthis. We do have some job quests we really need to get done there. Gotta keep up with those, because if you don't fall behind, it's really hard to generate DPS on a DPS tune if you don't have all your skill kit, right? So, let's go do our Dragoon one first. Got everything I need on. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Well, since I'm out here, I'm gonna switch to Bard, because I know that quest is out this way since we're already here. This is one of the few times where I will take the Chocobo because it's faster than anything else. They can fly, I can't. Oh, that's cool. I need to fly up there when... See that dragon hanging off the edge like that? That is nice. We found the soldier, Gav. Selene is her name. Alas, though she admits to singing the song, she refuses to teach it to us. Guidolo is doing his best to coax it out of her. For once, his way with women may serve an honorable cause. See what Selene has to say. I'm sorry, but the answer is no. Guidos, you won't sing for us. I don't have a problem with that. But could you at least tell us why and help to ease our disappointment? I'm no bard, just a simple soldier, and it isn't a song I would willingly sing. The lady has spoken, says Guido. Seems to me there's nothing else we can do. You would give up, just like that, says Sanson. We have a duty to accomplish. Begging your pardons, but your comrade gave me to understand that an operation is due to be conducted presently. Heustienne says, aye, dragon numbers are on the rise, and we go to cull them. Sansa says, if you are not averse, we would lend you our aid. The operation would be better for the extra hands, and should you have occasion to employ the song in battle, we would be able to hear it. Heustienne says, very well, you may join us, but on one condition. You are to provide our forces with support only. All right, we have work to do. The operation will take place at Twin Pools to the north and west. Let us present ourselves to the commander and offer him our aid. Daedalus says, and he throws a hissy fit when I do something spontaneous. Well, let's make ourselves useful the only way a bard can. Rest assured, I don't plan on charging into the fray. No, sir. I'm content to stand back and strum out a song or three. This is rather sudden, I know full well, but it is for the sake of our mission. Remember, you are to provide support only. You would join us in the call? The Holy See thanks you. Seeing as you are skilled in the bow, you may help us by thinning out the beasts. I shall mark a spot on your map. Pray, focus your efforts upon this area. Sanson says, I shall remain close by in case you have occasion to employ the song. Heustienne says, do as you will. Just see that you do not overreach yourself. Daedalus says, go to our assigned positions, do what we always do. Seems straightforward enough. Goodness, they've got quite the adventure going on over there. I took care of him. Again, so many lives lost. Cull's finally over. I had no idea dragons were so bloody tough. And those were the lesser ones. Not once did Heustienne perform the song, though the operation itself was a success, or people suffered heavy losses. Farewell, my friends. Your sacrifice will not be forgotten. Rest now, O valiant souls. Lay down your weary heads. Go unto the bosom of the Fury, in whose exalted name you bled. Sanson says, a requiem? Daedalus says, the song descends souls unto the heavens. This is what it was. Sanson says, I was trying to make you sing a song of mourning. God strike me down for callous fool. For once, Sanson has it right, says Guidolo. Let's show our respects to Selen's fallen comrades. You need not feel bad. The fault is mine for not offering a proper explanation. Men fall far too often in this war we wage. Wishing to spare myself the pain of loss, I've kept my comrades at a distance. Yet I always find myself racked with regret that I didn't reach out to them before they were taken. Guidolo says, aye, far better to taste pain than to live with regret. There's no need to deprive yourself of the joy of friendship. Selen says, I won't, not anymore. I shall learn to savor the time I have with my comrades, as should you. The two of you bicker like an old couple, but life is too short to waste squabbling with your own. So cast aside your differences and have joy of each other's company while you still can. Guidolo just kind of shrugs. As for the requiem I sang, it was taught to me by a scholar of Ishgardian history. If there is a man alive who knows the song you seek, it shall be he. Silviel is his name, and you shall find him at Tailfeather. I suggest you pay him a visit. I take my leave of you. Selen's song was simple, but she sang with all her heart. Therein lies the power of a bard. Right, Sanson says, let us go to Tailfeather as Selen recommends. This Silviel may know the song, and failing that, he may at least be able to direct us to it. Guidolo says, it's the fervent desire to aid our comrades that bestows our songs with power. Makes me wonder, what sort of desire is needed for a song that destroys all? Not a bad question to ask. Gelato. That's the name of those monsters. I'm thinking that might be not be the flavor of the day that I'd really like to have. Now, I had unlocked Tailfeather. You can actually unlock it before you have to go there. You have to go a long way around, but yeah, they kind of have it blocked off in one spot, but not in another. So I went, yeah, let me drive around. There's portions of it that are definitely blocked off still. I can't get to certain parts of the map at all. I'm playing with the chords to accompany Selen's memory, or melody. It appears Silviel is presently afield on one of his surveys. We must await his return. Guidolo says, tell me, Gav, what thoughts have you on Selen's inner struggles? That's some deep stuff, brother. Truly insightful. A pity that's all lost on Sanson. The bastard's got eyes for naught but his bloody tome. Our mission takes us into ever more perilous territory. Praise see to it you are fully prepared for the trials ahead. Nice. Imperial Arrow. That's a nice skill to have. Guido says, life's too short to waste squabbling, eh? I'd argue it's also too short to waste on pompous prats. Iron Jaws. Oh, that's a great skill. Sensen is wearing an expectant look. You come at a good time, Gav. Silvio and his expedition are due to return any moment now. Help, for God's sake. Unsettled sellsword says, hear my tale, I beg you. A group of us were surveying ancient ruins when we stumbled into Nath territory. The creatures took us captive. I was the only one who managed to flee. I like how Gav does this when he's scared. Tell me, is the leader of your party a man named Silvio? How did you know? But yes, I'm his hired sword. I ran back to Tailfeather as swiftly as my legs could carry me, but no one here is willing to help us. Guido, and why the hell is not? The sellsword says, going into Nath territory is tantamount to suicide. They warned us, but we ignored them, thinking we could manage. How wrong we were. There are people in need, Gav. Are we going to ignore their plight, or are we going to lend them our aid? But of course. Do you need to ask twice? Guido says, that was just a rhetorical question, but thanks for hearing me all the same. I will go and rescue these people, and I'm sure you'd be no less enthused even if Silvio wasn't among them. And as for you, friend, while we're off saving your employer's arse, I want you to tell the craven bastards here they're a bunch of craven bloody bastards. Sanson, needless to say, I'm coming as well. Let us begin by scouting the entrance to Lothast. I missed it. Clicked too early. So let us begin by scouting the entrance to Lothast Nath. That's a mouthful. I'm going to go to Annex Shrine. Because it's easier to get there from there. With the way the map is set up, I think. I could be wrong. Looks like we have an instance duty here. Parchment bearer. Please, please, I still have Master Silvio. Guido says, so that's the Nath, eh? Is it just me, or does it look like they're all wearing hats? Yeah, it does. This man is Silvio's assistant. He managed to win free, but Silvio is still being held within. Let's go and extricate him. Alright. Synced to level 58. Which is odd for a level 53-ish quest. Probably should have taken the fire drone out first. More than a few scratches, thank you. Thank you ever so much. Sylvia says, I did not think I would escape with my life. Guido, nothing to it. Sanson says, are you all right, Master Silvio? I, a little shaken perhaps, but otherwise whole of body, a statement I am able to make thanks to your timely arrival. May I ask the names of my saviors? I am Sanson of the Order of the Twin Adder, and my companions are the bards Gav and Guido. We three are on a journey to find a legendary song, the Ballad of Oblivion, 'tis called, and we were given to understand that you may have knowledge of it. But this is not an ideal place for conversation. Let us first return to Tailfeather. Let's set a favored destination here. Tailfeather Hunter. So you're the heroes that went to the rescue, eh? Parchment Bearer says, I shudder to think what may have happened had you not come to our rescue. Silvio says, I harbor no ill feelings towards the people of Tailfeather for forsaking us. We are outsiders after all, and they owe us nothing. That's awfully generous. Guido, so, what's the next legendary feat on the agenda? A performance with Moogles, perhaps? Little do we know. This hunter here wishes a word with us. I won't keep you long. Just wanted to say thanks for waking us up, is all. Tailfeather's made up of folks who come here seeking their fortune, you see. And such folk tend to put themselves first. But most of us are ashamed we didn't lift a finger to help them as we're in need. And we're determined to do better from now on. To be sure, getting the called craven bloody bastard stung at first, but after the grumbling died down, none could deny that it was the truth. And that's all I wanted to say. Okay. You certainly have a knack for moving people, my friends. Though I suppose it is only to be expected of bards. But come, let us speak of the song you seek, the Ballad of Oblivion. Curthan legend speaks of a saint of song in the heavens. This saint is an individual with transcendent mastery over poetry and verse, and 'tis said that he can bring a battle to its conclusion with a song. As for being in the heavens, I suspect it is a figurative expression, but I cannot say for certain at this juncture. I shall investigate the legend further. A small gesture of gratitude for having saved our lives. Sanson says, well, while we wait to hear from Master Silvio, let us conduct our own investigation. Curthan literature may yield us some clues. Guido says, if you ask me, it sounds like naught but a fairy tale. I'd wager that heavens is just a metaphor for a natural phenomenon. We've hit a dead end. I say we return to Gridania for now and look for other avenues. Sanson says, and if you ask me, I think it's far too early to draw conclusions. I, for one, mean to continue searching until I find a definite answer. If you wish to abandon our mission, I'll not stop you. But know that you would be judged a deserter. You would lose your place in the god's quiver, and that would be precisely what our superiors had intended. Look, Guido, you of all people must know the true reason they chose you for this mission. They wanted you out of the way. Your skills had naught to do with it. And it isn't so different for me. I was a thorn in their side, demanding cooperation when they were loath to give it. They were pleased to be rid of me as well, yet naught would please them more than for us to come back empty-handed. That is why we must succeed. That is why we must find the Ballad of Oblivion. If you want to find the song so badly, you can bloody well find it yourself. I've had a gutful. You're no bard. I doubt you even understand what gives a song its power. Yet here you are, gallivanting around searching for one. To you, the Ballad of Oblivion is just a means to curry favor with the brass hats. Well, that's an insult to honest-to-God bards like me and Gav. Oh, gods, what have I done? I did not mean to be antagonizing. Though my pride won't let me tell him this, I know that Gitalo is a truly exceptional bard. With his skills married to my unit composition, I had hoped that we might prove our detractors wrong. Alas, my words failed to convey that intent. Given time, I believe that Gitalo will come around. I shall wait for him here. Meanwhile, I ask that you have patience with us. All right. Okay, in order to undertake this quest, you must first complete the main scenario quest, Mountaintop Diplomacy. Okay. So we'll have to wait to pick up anything there. Let's report to Ingaret. You've already killed 3 of them? Thank you ever so much. You're not injured, are you? Here, please take this. It's your cut of the fee for the work. Incidentally, did you happen to see the farm on the far side of the bridge? Those Mylodons have made it difficult to access that area, and the bridge has been left to fall apart. After we repair the bridge, one day we might be able to rebuild that farm. All right. Trying to make sure I don't have anything else out here. Alright, let's, the Camp Dragonhead. Turn this in. Let's try this with it on. My thanks for coming, Gav. 'Tis no urgent matter. I was but wondering about Heustienne's progress. Tell me, how fares her training? So, you've met her father. In his day, Montorguin was a dragoon of no small renown. He served Ishgard with valor until he took a grievous wound and was forced to hang up his lance. As Heustienne herself told you, she follows in her father's footsteps. From the first, she exhibited tremendous potential. In all ways, she was Estinian's equal, and the rivalry they shared raised both of them higher. Alas, the eye chose Heustienne and not her. Since then, she has taken to training with a fervor that borders on self-punishment. It is well to strive for greater heights, but a dragoon must never lose sight of his conviction. It is the only thing that shields us from the dragon's wiles. So I beg you, keep watch over Heustienne. By your shining example, see to it she never forgets what it means to be a dragoon. Ooh, pick up an enhanced jump. Sir Albert has just received word of an impending Dravanian offensive. Thank the Fury you're here, but moments ago we received word that Grauli's horde is advancing on Ishgard. Even as we speak, Heustienne prepares to go and meet them in the field. Alas, with most of the dragoons absent on another mission, I fear she sorely wants for lances. I would have you lend her yours, Gav. Pray, make haste to the congregation and join her. Oh, cool. They have some lancers here. Kind of a nice touch. Gav, you've come to aid us? This improves our chances tenfold. Montorgan says, allow me to thank you as well, Master Gav. I am but a worried father, and it gives me heart to know that the Azure Dragoon shall fight beside my daughter. Heustienne says, though my training is far from over, the situation will brook no delay. We must head off Growly and his horde before they reach a populated area. It shall be my honor to fight shoulder to shoulder with you. The experience alone will teach me much. Of that I have little doubt. Montorgan says, promise me you'll be careful, Heustienne. Take no unnecessary risks. Do you understand me? Remember, the dead cannot serve their nation, and what Ishgard needs, above all, are brave souls like you to protect her. Worry not, Father. I swear I will return to you. See that you do, my child. Now, before you go, there's something I wish you to have. The Lance Peregrine. It is yours now. Why, this lance was bestowed upon your forebear by the Archbishop himself. I am no true child of yours, yet you would entrust me with the family treasure? I will not betray your faith in me, Father. With this lance, I shall strike down Growly and protect Ishgard. Brucemont says, Heustienne, it is time. It's been a while, my friend. I had the honor of overseeing your training when you were but a fledgling dragoon, and I shall be honored to fight beside you. Heustienne says, comrades, at last report, Growly and his horde had gained the Western Highlands. We shall lie in wait for them at the pike. With me! Master Gav, may I have a moment? Each time I see my daughter off on a mission, we dance the self-same dance. I tell her to be careful, and she promises to do so. But I know her all too well. Heustienne burns to distinguish herself in battle, that she may repay me and my lady a perceived debt. I fear that one day that desire will crowd. Let me start this again. Heustienne burns to distinguish herself in battle, that she might repay me and my lady wife a perceived debt. I fear that one day that desire will cloud her judgment, and she will not come home. And so I beg you, pray, watch over my daughter. I'm going to take a quick stop in the inn. Okay, we need different music here. Okay, now I got that one on. Yeah, I think I like this one. Yeah. Send these guys out on some more missions. You never know what you're gonna get. Might get some cool stuff. Alright. See 3 dead dragons and 3 dead dragoons at Bruce Mall's. We were able to repel the first wave, but it cost us dearly. I'm afraid the rest is up to you and Heustienne. Oh dear. Cav, already we've suffered heavy losses, and that was but the first wave. They come, brace yourselves. Stay sharp. That was but a taste. I think we gotta keep Heustienne alive, so we better go grab those guys. Something big is coming. it. We did it. That was the last of them, yet Grauli is nowhere to be seen. Were the reports mistaken? Such a price we have paid, but only for our quarry to elude us? So you finally show yourself. What is she? Heustienne, no! She's ridden off on the back of a dragon. Bruce Mo says, by the Fury, this is a disaster. I know not how to say this, but Heustienne, strong as she is, she cannot have survived that. Here, I discovered this in the aftermath. 'Tis a fragment of her armor. Must have broken off during the battle. Pray, see it to her father's hands. Knowing him, he'll be at the congregation awaiting his daughter's return. I must rest a while. Pray, bear word back to Ishgard. Master Gav, what has happened? Where is my daughter? Polished culet, normally attached to the bottom rim of a breastplate to protect the wearer from deadly thrusts to the buttocks. This culet appears to have become detached from Sir Heustienne's pseudomail. The scrap, a piece of her armor. But why bring it to me? No. No. I refuse to believe that Heustienne is gone. It's too early to know for certain. Tell me everything that happened. Everything. Albrecht says, so she leapt upon the dragon, piercing its hide, after which the creature carried her westward. Montargis says, if none saw her fall, it means she may have managed to safely dismount. There is hope still. If Heustienne is out there, I shall not rest until I find her. Gav, I trust I can rely upon your aid. Let us speak further at the observatorium. I don't know why we can't just speak here. It's one of the silly things sometimes. It's like, can we not just continue the conversation? Like, somewhere in Ishgard would be nice, you know? No, we gotta go to the observatorium. Okay. Alright, I could gripe, or I could just fly down there and be done with that. Ah, blizzards are happening. I like how you still can see the light of the observatorium. That's kind of cool. That is a nice touch. Albrecht says, without further ado, let us consider a course of action. As Montargan dares to hope, if Heustienne has not shaken off Grauli's back, there is a chance that she yet lives. She will have ridden the dragon until such time as she saw an opportunity to dismount. The question is where? The worst possible outcome is that she may have been taken deep into dragon-ruled lands far away from her allies. While I pray that this is not so, we must be prepared for anything. Heustienne is one of our very best, and Ishgard can ill afford to lose her. For the nation's sake and that of her father, let us find her and bring her home. I will track Grauli's movements in order to ascertain Heustienne's location. Like as not, the search will take us into the heart of enemy territory. Pray, keep your lance arm honed, for we shall soon have need of it. Alright, we got enhanced jump. That's nice. Sir Albrecht has acquired a lead pointing to the missing Heustienne's whereabouts. Seems your training proceeds apace, Gav. Would that I could say the same of our search for Heustienne. With heretic activity on the rise of late, our forces are stretched thin. The Temple Knights have not the man to spare for the search effort. Be that as it may, we are not without leads. A short while ago, a peculiar report arrived from the front lines. In a recent skirmish between our knights and a band of heretics, one of the enemy was seen wielding a lance bearing a striking resemblance to Peregrine. The lance is a treasure belonging to Heustienne's family. If the reports are true, these heretics now have it. However the villains came to possess Peregrine, 'tis more than likely that they know something of Heustienne's fate. If we cannot find them, we may yet find her. West of Camp Riversmeet, in the Western Highlands, a regiment of knights hunts the self-same bands of heretics we seek. I would have you join them, Yav. It is our best hope for a clue. Alright, let's go. Let's go to Falcon's Nest. I think one of Mama Cat's kids is working on making dinner, so we may be done after this, I'm not sure. Alright, the Temple Knight says, Sir Albrecht sent word that you would come. The heretics retreated through yonder pass, the man with the lance Peregrine among them. Our forces are giving chase even as we speak. Needless to say, we should be grateful for the Azure Dragoon's aid. Alright, let's go into the pass and see what we can see. It's kind of convenient. They put a little soldier here to kind of mark the way. But wait, there's more. I'm gonna get rid of that Harrier. find myself thinking you often of late, Gav. When I leapt upon Grauli and pierced his hide, the creature responded by soaring and attempting to shake me off. 'Twas all I could do to hold on to the shaft of my lance. High as we had climbed, I could not safely dismount, and so I bided my time, waiting for the right moment to jump clear of my unwilling mount. Alas, the beast had other ideas. It bore me straight into the heretic's midst, and I was swiftly overwhelmed and divested of my weapon. What? It was the sighting of Peregrine that led you here? 'Twould seem my forefathers watched over me. Hear me, Gav. The man who took my lance is the leader of this band of heretics. I overheard the guards say that he has departed to meet with the leader of yet another group. In all likelihood, they are plotting a large-scale assault on the Holy See. The Temple Knights must be warned. You must bear word to the congregation that we might bolster our defenses. No, I cannot return with you. There is a task I must needs attend to. Should someone ask whence this information came, tell them that you wrung it out of a heretic. Tell them that I fell in battle. I know full well I ask much of you, and it pains me to deceive my father, but I have no other choice. Whatever you might think of my request, believe me when I say that I remain firm in my purpose. 'Tis nothing. I but took a glancing blow to the chest. I must go now, as must you. When you return to the congregation, deliver my message to Sir Andalou. Please take care of my comrades and my father. All right, let's go back to the Foundation. I wonder if Firmalbearer has anything else to say. Nope. Nothing new for us. I wonder if Lucia has anything else. You and Master Alfino acquitted yourself rather well, by all accounts. Against 2 of the Heavens Ward, that is an impressive accomplishment indeed. Andalou. Heustienne? Slain? I cannot believe it. To lose one of our best while Grauli's shadow looms over us still. But we must deal with each threat as it comes. First, we prepare for the heretics. I thank you for alerting us to our plan. Now, loath though I am to place this burden upon you, Montargin must needs be informed of his daughter's passing. He's gone to meet Sir Alberic at the observatorium. Pray, bear the news to him. You know, they really should stay in Ishgard. It's safer for them here, don't you think? Alright, Alberic says, I pray that this information will lead us to Heustienne. Once again. Ah, Master Gav, have you learned aught of my daughter's whereabouts? What? Slain? No, it cannot be. Alberic says, I'm sorry, my friend. Heustienne is one of Ishgard's finest dragoons. She would not fall to common heretics. This must be some kind of mistake. Yes, a terrible mistake. Alright, we could remain silent or tell Montargin the truth. I cannot stand to let this poor man suffer. What? Heustienne chose not to return? I know not what compelled her to act as she did, but it is enough for me that she lives still. Thank you for giving me this hope, at least. Alberic says, to those who did not know her, it may well appear as though Heustienne has deserted, but I believe I speak for all of us when I say that she would not forsake her vows, let alone her people. Montargin says, indeed you do, Sir Alberic. However inexplicable my daughter's actions may seem, I will not cease to believe in her. No matter what it takes, I will find her and bring her home. Albrecht says, Montargam puts on a brave front, but I fear the weight of worry may prove too much for him to bear. Yet another reason to find Heustienne with all haste. Now, it seems plain she means to go after Grauli and to recover Peregrine. And while these objectives alone do not explain her decision to leave, they reveal to us where she is like to be. I shall track down the leader of the heretics, the man who has Peregrine. You, meanwhile, must continue dedicating yourself to your lance work. The trials of recent days have made you stronger, but I sense that the greatest tests are yet to come. See to it that you are full ready to face them. Ooh, we get Fang and Claw. All right. That Fang and Claw changes our rotation a fair bit. Sir Albrecht has acquired information on the heretics you seek. You come at a good time, my friend. I have tidings to share regarding the heretics we pursue. They call themselves the Bloodbearers. Their leader is a man named Mathonian. He and his minions are all capable of assuming the form of dragons. 'Tis a transformation. Let's try that again. Such a transformation is possible by partaking of dragon blood. I dare say you have borne witness to it, and it grants the individual unholy strength. Though the sanguine substance is precious, the Bloodbearers have access to an abundant supply owing to the pact with Grauli. That is why they have been able to offer our forces such fierce resistance. Now, my sources tell me that the Bloodbearers have been sighted in the Chocobo Forest. If Heustienne means to reclaim Peregrine, as I believe, that is where she will go, and so must we. Pray, meet me at Tailfeather. We shall begin by making inquiries around the settlement. Let's go off to Tailfeather. It's kind of convenient I made that a favored destination. Kind of glad I did that. Oh, he's kind of dressed down for the occasion. Kind of like that outfit, though. That's kind of cool. Looking at his collar, thinking it almost looks like dragons, but it's just some highly detailed scroll work. That's a nice detail. Really nice. Nicely done, artist. Albrecht says, I took the liberty of speaking with some of the locals before you arrived. They say that strange merchants have been acquiring goods in prodigious quantities. It seems to me the Bloodbearers are replenishing their stores. Let us split up and scour the area for these so-called merchants. Should someone strike you as suspicious, confront him and gauge his reaction. Worry of light. It's stuck in a fence post. Aw, she's sleeping chocobo. How cute. Shady merchant. One of the sea's dogs. You ain't taking me alive. I forgot to use my Fang and Claw. One suspicious fellow I approached was an honest chocobo breeder. How fared your search? Parchment sliver, a small piece of vellum covered in arcane markings. Appears to be cut from a larger piece, possibly a page from a stolen tome. Attacked by a false merchant? And you say you found the sliver of parchment upon the man. Bears a message ciphered in a manner favored by heretics. Thankfully, I'm versed in it. Well, that's kind of convenient. Don't you think? Maybe a little suspicious, almost. Maybe. There is to be a meeting a short way south of here. Let us go there at once. You know, it'd be nice if I could advance farther in my Bard quest, but I don't think it's quite fair that I can go to level 58 in my Dragoon quest, but I can't go that far in my Bard quest. Albrecht says, "Thank the Fury we were not too late." Gav, why are you here? Why is Sir Albrecht here? Albrecht says, "Rest assured your secret is safe with us. Your father is the only other soul who knows. Gav could not bear to see him suffer so. What ails you?" "I'm fine. It will pass. Now, I suspect it was Madionium that led you here. As you can see, he and his blood bearers shall trouble the Holy See no more." Albrecht says, "Even in self-imposed exile you think of duty, but now that you have reclaimed Peregrine, there's no need for further deception. Come with us back to Ishgard. Your family and your comrades have need of you." "I'm sorry, but I cannot return to Ishgard ever again." "Why? What has happened to you? The Heustienne I know would never forsake her people. She would never turn her back on her nation. Please, understand. I wish with all my heart to return home, but I have no choice. I've partaken of dragon blood. When the heretics held me captive, they forced the vile substance down my throat." Albrecht says, "Holy have mercy. Then you... I have already turned. Were I to set foot in Ishgard, I would be charged with heresy of the worst order. If I alone must suffer, then so be it. But you know as well as I how the Inquisition works. Should I be declared a heretic, suspicion is like to fall upon my parents as well. I will not allow that to happen." Albrecht says, "Full well do I understand your plight. But what do you intend to do? You cannot mean to throw your life away." Heustienne says, "Perish the thought. I owe my life to my father. If I must die, it shall not be in vain." He's obviously in pain there. "As Gav has shown us, a dragoon needs no banners to do what is right, and I know full well what I must do. Upon my lance, I swear to hunt down Grauli and end his reign of terror. Thank you, Gav, for showing me the path I must walk, for helping me to accept my fate. I asked this of you once before, but I shall ask it again. Please, take care of my comrades and my father." Albrecht says, "No matter how I searched, I could find no words to stop her. For now, let us return to the observatorium." I don't know if I went in this little spot here or not. Really? It attacked me? I was high enough level. Oh, it was level 60. Okay. That's why. I didn't pay attention to that. Alright, back to Camp Dragon Head. As I made my way back, I recalled words Heustienne once said to me. My worth is measured by the dragons I slay. To be changed into the very thing she has sworn to fight. I can only imagine the storm of turmoil that must rage within her. Yet cruel though her fate is, we must make the best of the hand we have been dealt, and I believe I spy an opportunity. In partaking of dragon blood, Heustienne has come to harbor the power of dragons. If she can but master this power, she may well have a fighting chance against Growly. It is not so different from harnessing the power of the eye, I believe. Alas, the danger of corruption is far greater. As you yourself have witnessed, dragon blood alters the flesh, and once the flesh is altered, the mind must soon follow. Will Heustienne be able to conquer the dragon that has roused within her? I know not, but we must believe in her and lend her our strength, else she will surely be lost to us. Pray, resume your training once more, Gav, and keep your purpose ever close to your heart. When next we meet, it will be to confront the dragon Growly. All right, wheeling thrust, very nice. It's a nice addition to our rotation. Wow. Okay. Sir Albrecht's jaw is set in anticipation of confrontation. Gav, the hour of reckoning is at hand. Growly is on the move once more. According to our astrologians, the creature shall soon pass near the dreaming dragon in the western highlands. Heustienne, too, will be aware of this. She will seek to confront her nemesis. We must go to her aid. Now, 'twould not do if she were to be seen by her comrades at this juncture. As such, I will assure the congregation that you have the situation in hand. By the same token, however, this means we will receive no support from the Dragoons. We fight this battle alone. But without further ado, let us be on our way. Pray, see to your preparations, and then meet me at the Convictory. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna fly to Falcon's Nest, and then take the Chocobo bird over. Actually, I think I will eat something a little bit more. Eat some deviled eggs. Let's go to the Convictory. Look at how it kind of bounces up and down. It's kind of cute. Good thing Gav doesn't get seasick. Alright, Montagan says, "Forgive me, but I insisted that I must join you. Though I am long retired, I will not hesitate to take up my lance again for my daughter." It's really hard to understand that drive to protect your children until you have one, but it's enormously powerful. And you'll do just about anything. And some people had to do amazing things, like lifting up cars to save their child. You know, it's just, you don't know what you're capable of in one of those horrible, horrible moments. But yeah, it's powerful instinct. Albrecht says, I have spoken with the people here. A woman fitting Heustienne's description has been sighted nearby. She was headed north, they say, a lance in her hand, and trailed dead heretics in her wake. Remnants of the bloodbearers, 'twould seem. Montargis says, Sir Albrecht has told me all. It matters not what my daughter has become. I am resolved to bring her home. I beg of you, please, help her through the coming trial. Albrecht says, let us split up, the quicker to find Heustienne. Lord Montargis shall come with me. Montargis says, Master Gav? That means we're going to be fighting this one by ourselves. Ah, I see a trail of carnage. Nice. Fierce battle took place here recently. A solitary set of footsteps leads to the north. But wait, there's more. Fierce battle took place here recently. Solitary set of footsteps leads to the west. Aha, here she is. We're gonna have an instance battle here, peeps. Level sync is in effect. If you're above the maximum allowed level, it will be synced as follows to level 60. Heustienne, so you've come. Behold then the malign face of my torment, Growly. Gives me heart to know that the Azure Dragoon stands with me against my nemesis. Ugh, the craving grows stronger by the day. But I shall not succumb to it. Nay, I shall be no dragon's thrall. I failed in my duty before. I shan't fail again. Today I shall claim Growly's head. All right. Take swing. Keep your eyes above. Well, actually, I'm going to keep my eyes on the ground. Because I don't want to be in that. I got frozen. Here we got to stay out of the icicles. Ah, got caught in that. At last, my duty is fulfilled. So it's super helpful if you have your rotation down. It's a true thrust, vorpal thrust, full thrust, or true thrust, disembowel, chaos thrust. But then after full thrust, you do fang and claw. I think it does? Yeah. And after chaos thrust, you do wheeling thrust. And both of those are from the rear. Obviously, we couldn't do that here because the dragon was facing us, but you can use true north to negate the direction requirements. Okay, so if you're in a situation like that, make sure to use true north whenever you need to, right? So the only directional ones that you have to worry about are chaos thrust, wheeling thrust, and fang and claw, I think. Full thrust doesn't have a directional component. Neither does disembowel. Okay. Let's go talk to Heustienne. I did it. I resisted the dragon within and fulfilled my duty. I could not have done it without you, Gav. Verily, you are the paragon towards which I aspire. If I am to be like you, I must learn to harness greater power without being consumed by it. With this battle won, I have a new purpose. I shall conquer the lure of dragon's blood and purge every last drop of it from the land. Heustienne, thank the Fury you are safe. Father? Why are you here? I've come to bring you home. Your mother and I cannot bear to lose you again. Would that I could return, Father, but I cannot. I've partaken of dragon blood and turned. In the eyes of the Inquisition, I am no better than a heretic. I cannot allow you to be associated with me. Albrecht says, you needn't worry. This shall remain a secret between the four of us. No, the risk is too great. Even now, 'tis all I can do to suppress my thirst for dragon blood. Since the day I said my vows, I strove to become the Azure Dragoon. Failing that, I strove to be as near to it as I could. Finally, I have the power I longed for, but it renders me an enemy to mine own kind. Let me just try that again. Since the day I said my vows, I strove to become the Azure Dragoon. Failing that, I strove to be as near to it as I could. Finally, I have the power I longed for, but it renders me an enemy to mine own kind. Cursed dragons, how many of ours have you claimed with your foul blood? Says Albrecht. Montargan says, hear me, Heustienne. Not once have you yielded to fate, and you mustn't yield to it now. The road ahead will be fraught with hardships, this I do not doubt, but I have faith that you will overcome them all and return to us. Thank you, Father. Your faith in me lends me strength, however long it takes. I shall conquer the lure of dragon blood to stand before you once more. Till that day, I shall roam the land and smite our foes with their own power. This I swear upon my forefather's lance. Ooh, Dragonlancer's armor coffer. We got Gerskogel. This concludes the Dragoon quest for Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. In order to undertake the next series, you must first meet the following requirements. Completed the main scenario quest, The Far Edge of Fate. Once you've done so, the next Dragoon quest will be available from Albrecht. Dragoon Age 2. Nice. And if you ever want to see that, those cutscenes again, you can do it's part of the New Game Plus, so it's really kind of cool. Alright, complete the Dragoon job quest, Dragoon's Fate. Alright. Gerskogel delivers an attack to all enemies in a straight line before you with a potency of 200 for the first enemy and 50% less for all remaining enemies. Grants Blood of the Dragon, which increases damage dealt by 10%. Okay. This is getting to the point where I have to consult a guide to make sure when you should use Gerskogel. So I'll look that up. Look that up at some point in the near future. Alright, so we haven't done MSQ today, but we have done some job quests that were really important. Some of these are higher level skills that really are helpful in battle. And we unlocked Reaper, which is my favorite job in the game right now. You know, when they come out with another expansion, who knows? But Reaper's still my favorite. Viper's close second. Dragoon's a very close third. And then Ninja. I enjoy Ninja. Samurai's right after that. And then Ninja. Ninja's kind of busy for me. It's kind of rough on my ham and arthritis, so I leave that to the younger folks. Sometimes when you get older, you gotta adapt, right? You gotta find new ways to play, find new, equipment that works with your limitations, because it never gets better, unfortunately. Aging is a real thing, right? But you get some wisdom to come with it, and it's definitely worth it. I don't do as many stupid things as I did when I was 20s. All right. Let's do our cat joke. Let me find my cat jokes. Because we always have to have our cat joke. All right. What did the cat say when it lost all its money? I'm paw. Paw. I know, they're bad. They're mama cat jokes, okay? It's kind of like dad jokes, you know? All right, if you are enjoying the series, like, subscribe, hit the notification if you want to get the next video uploads. And I will see you very soon with the next installment. We'll probably go back to the MSQ after this to do To Siege or Not to Siege. So we'll continue enjoying the game as on our trip through the Heavensward expansion. So you all have a great night. Mama Cat Gamer is signing out. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, folks. Or Weekday if you're watching this on a weekday, right? But have a great one. I'll talk to you soon.